Dragons. A large magical legendary creature that appears in the folklore of many cultures worldwide. Beliefs about dragons vary considerably through regions, but dragons in Western cultures since the High Middle Ages have often been depicted as winged, horned, and capable of breathing fire. With their stories dating back thousands of years, they have intrigued the minds of many. But has anyone ever wondered about the myths of their origins? Draconic creatures appear in virtually all cultures around the globe, and the earliest attested reports of these creatures resemble giant snakes. They are first described in the mythologies of the ancient Near East and appear in ancient Mesopotamian art and literature. Stories about storm gods slaying giant serpents occur throughout nearly all Near Eastern and Indo-European mythologies. In Egyptian mythology, a pep is a giant serpent-like creature who resides in the Egyptian underworld. The Bremnerine papyrus, written around 310 BC, preserves an account of a much older Egyptian tradition that the setting of the sun is caused by Ra descending to the Duat to battle a pep. In some accounts, a pep is as long as the height of 8 men with a head made of flint. Thunderstorms and earthquakes were thought to be caused by a pep's roar, and solar eclipses were thought to be the result of a pep attacking Ra during the daytime. In some myths, a pep is said to have been slain by the god Set. The Chinese dragon, also known as the lung, is a legendary creature in Chinese mythology, Chinese folklore, and Chinese culture at large. Chinese dragons have many animal-like forms such as turtles and fish, but are most commonly depicted as snake-like with 4 legs. Historically, the Chinese dragon was associated with the Emperor of China and used as a symbol to represent imperial power. The founder of the Han dynasty Liu Bang claimed that he was conceived after his mother dreamt of a dragon. During the Tang dynasty, emperors wore robes with dragon motif as an imperial symbol, and high officials might also be presented with dragon robes. With them being present in cultures around the world, it poses the question, just where did they come from? There have been many different beliefs on just where they originated. One of such is from dinosaurs. Ancient people may have discovered dinosaur fossils and understandably misinterpreted them as the remains of dragons. Chang Chu, a Chinese historian from the 4th century BC, mislabeled such a fossil in what is now Sichuan province. Take a look at a fossilized Stegosaurus, for example, and you might see why. The giant beasts averaged 30 feet in length, were typically 14 feet tall and were covered in armored plates and spikes for defense. Another myth of its origins, the Nile crocodile. Native to sub-Saharan Africa, Nile crocodiles may have had a more extensive range in ancient times, perhaps inspiring European dragon legends by swimming across the Mediterranean to Italy or Greece. They are among the largest of all crocodile species, with mature individuals reaching up to 18 feet in length, and unlike most others, they are capable of a movement called the high walk, in which the trunk is elevated off the ground. In Australia, a popular belief of dragon origins is the goanna. Australia is home to a number of species of monitor lizards. The large, predatory animals have razor-sharp teeth and claws, and they are important figures in traditional Aboriginal folklore. Recent studies even indicate that goannas may produce venom that causes bite victims' wounds to develop infections after an attack. Others argue that the discovery of megafauna such as whales prompted stories of dragons. Ancient humans encountering whale bones would have no way of knowing that the animals were sea-based, and the idea of such gargantuan creatures might well have led people to assume that whales were predatory. Because live whales spend up to 90% of their time underwater, they were poorly understood for most of human history. Perhaps the most mind-boggling myth of the dragon's origins, the human brain. The most fascinating explanation involves an unexpected animal, the human. In his book An Instinct for Dragons, anthropologist David Jones argues that belief in dragons is so widespread among ancient cultures because evolution embedded an innate fear of predators in the human mind. Just as monkeys have been shown to exhibit a fear of snakes and large cats, Jones hypothesizes that the trait of fearing large predators, such as pythons, birds of prey and elephants, has been selected for in hominids. In more recent times, he argues, these universal fears have been frequently combined in folklore and created the myth of the dragon. So, what do you think about the origins of the dragon? Were you shocked to learn about some of the myths? Drop a comment and let me know. Like always, thank you for watching.